added another one today. They say CEO, CFO, CINEC chairman. Somebody say no, it cannot be. They say CEO, CFO, C future president of Nigeria. So which one we want for him? Future INEC chairman or future president? Future president. So CEO, CFO, C. Boza. Esteemed comrades, welcome to the third and final day of the Pengassan Energy and Labor Summit. 3 days of robust conversation, of technical conversations, and of conversation that has also questioned how we handle our health, our emotions, and our general well-being. It is the primary aim of the Peals Summit to make us a whole body of professionals for the oil and gas industry, not just skilled in our respective technical units or departments, but have an overview of everything that goes on in the oil and gas industry, and at the same time reminding us that the health and well-being of ourselves is the ultimate goal for this union, and indeed the ultimate price we need to pay to keep these wells running and the oil flowing from our respective FPSOs across the country. My name is Cyril Richmond Osuji. Today is going to be short in terms of this morning's activity, but however, we have an evening event. I told you it is a masked ball event we're having this evening. If you've not got your marks as of yet, you can talk to any of the women who are putting the masked ball together. I'm sure Madam Ada would be of great help, herself and the members of our team. If you need to buy one, that is, we're not giving them for free. Yesterday, I was told that we had some people who are not Pengassan members come into the room. It is why I always ask you to take care of your personal belongings, because at any break that we have, we cannot really blame our security details. Any loophole, people would come in. So please take care of your personal belongings whilst you are here. Now let us get into the business of this morning. This morning, we'll be listening to our president talk to us by way of his opening comments. However, he will also give us an overview of the communique, what our rapporteurs have put together for today. We will get an introduction into the Quadrennial National Delegate Conference that will be happening tomorrow. And then we would listen to one of our past leaders, past presidents, who has been with us since we started. And then a goodwill message will come from the General Secretary of the TUC. We'll take a few more goodwill from affiliate unions who have been attending with us since Monday. We'll present a few words and then we'll take our final comments today from our General Secretary, and lunch will end it. But please, let's not proceed to lunch until we are done with everything we're doing today. Again, to inform you, we're live on Channels TV. We're also live on AIT, I'm told as well. So AIT and Channels TV are carrying this event live. If you want anybody in your organization or family to follow these proceedings and see you giving attention or pressing your phone, tell them to tune in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have said it yourself. He brought sanity to the association. He brought peace to the association. He brought clarity of purpose and vision to the association. He has given us an election season like we've never had before, which was why some are thinking he should become the next INEC chairman. But someone said he has done so well that Nigeria deserves his leadership style as president. But he is still our president. One final time as president at Peals, welcome, comrade, engineer, Festus Osifo. CEO Osifo! CEO Osifo!
Solidarity, solidarity, moving train, Aluta, Victoria, Great Pengassan, women are great, our agenda, train a woman, educate a woman, ignore the women, credit a lot to me, credit a lot to you, credible credit a lot for one, solidarity, great Nigerian workers, ever intelligent Nigerian workers, the nation building Nigerian workers, greatest of the greatest of the greatest Nigerian workers, great Pengassan. Please, let's have our seats, comrades. Good morning to every one of us. And it's good to see us this morning as vibrant, as solid as ever. After 3 days, we are still extremely gallant. That makes us the comrades that we are. Please, let's give a round of applause to every one of us for keeping pace in the last 3 days. I mean, for NEC members of Pengassan, we were here till late night yesterday, and it was quite amazing. Every NEC member of Pengassan, give shout out to yourself. Woo! I could see a non-NEC member there raising off his hand. Don't worry, you'll be a NEC member one day. The past presidents of Pengassan, our fathers, our leaders, the conscience of this association, they've been with us through the entire week. They left everything that they are doing back home to be with us. And if you notice, they always sit down till the end of a program. Please, let's give I'm thinking between 7 Boza and a clap ovation. Which one do we choose? 7 Boza. Let's go ahead. 7 Boza to our past leaders, past presidents. Boza, 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 Boza. Thank you so much, our elders. Thank you so much, our leaders. Thank you for always being part of us, in the last 6 years and even beyond. Past president of Pengassan, Comrade Austin Ezenwaka. I always like calling the years they serve so that you will know that I don't just end it as past president. I try to attach the years so that in your calculations, I know some people, as of 1992, they were still in the other world. I could see one laughing right there. Past president of Pengassan, 1990 to 1992, retired from the service of NNPC in 2003. Comrade Austin Ezenwaka, we appreciate you, sir. When I had a conversation at a particular time with the former GCO of NNPC, Mele Kiari, he said the person that inspired him to serve in Pengassan, where he rose up to become the group GMD as at then, the group managing director of NNPC, and later GCEO. And the person that inspired him to serve in Pengassan, that made him to also contest as the president of Pengassan in 1998. That his role model in Pengassan was Comrade Austin Ezenwaka. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And also, closely following him is our elder. He retired from Chevron several years back. A leader par excellence. He was the president of Pengassan during June 12th, where they labored and struggled for democracy. And we have actually protested to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We've said this before him. I don't know, I'm not mentioning it to you, that there are some people that you've left out in the honors of those that struggled for June 12th. And at the time, even the president attested to the man and the name Gani Owoduni. He was president of Pengassan in 1994. We appreciate you, sir. We thank you so much. He worked out. Great Nigeria. Our Chevron chairman, you carry a partner. Now our president too. Not be Chevron president too, eh? Solidarity. Then seated close to him, you all know him. He's our teacher, our mentor, the man we popularly refer to as Godfather. I think he retired from the service of NNPC at well in 2014. 2015, okay. From NNPC in the year 2015. Comrade, Energy for Tomorrow, Comrade Brown Ogbefun, President Pengassan 2003 to 2005. Forever. Thank you so much, our presidents. We appreciate you. Then we also have the general secretaries, past general secretaries in the house. We have Comrade TK Narebo. He was general secretary of Pengassan for about 4 years or thereabout. And before then, he was also a deputy general secretary. He later moved on to the service of Chevron, where he has since retired. You are highly appreciated, sir. Thank you for your service to us all. We appreciate you. Next to him is Father Kinte, who was also the General Secretary of Pengassan. He's a PhD holder. So, Comrade Dr. Father Kinte, I think today he built the youth, he built Nigerians by still teaching great Nigeria. I think he's the lecturer at University of Lagos, right? Lecturer at University of Lagos, where he's still impacting on more lives. You could see that our elders, they are never tired. Even when they leave the association to move on, they still contribute to building communities and to building people. Next is the man we often refer to as administrator par excellence. When you see the letters written by Bayo Oluwoshile there, you will see plenty grammar in it. In fact, if it's these days, you would have consulted GPT for you to even dissect some of those grammars. We appreciate you, sir. Comrade Bayo Oluwoshile. The man that has just joined them, whom I know, if he was available, he would have been here since we started this program. But currently, he's a student in National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies in Kuru, studying hard to bag MNI. He arrived from Kuru yesterday. He wants to be like the Secretary General of TUC. But we have charged him that he must come with a dagger. That's the minimum standard. If there is no dagger attached, he don't come back. Comrade, my very close friend, we worked together for over 5 years. Him as General Secretary, I as your humble servant in this position, an administrator par excellence, Comrade Lumumba Okubawa, popularly referred to as Sweet Lumi. Forever. Forever. MNI in the making. MNI in the making. TUCSG, don't jealous also. MN, no I yet. Our former deputy presidents of Pengassan, starting from the first one, who, for all those that are seated here today, Saint Wali, the only living saint in Pengassan, Comrade Mustafa Wali, MNI. We appreciate you, sir. Oh, sorry, before him, I didn't see, okay, seems he just came in, right? Comrade Babatunde Ogun, sorry, he just came in. Past President Pengassan, 2008 to 2014. We appreciate you, sir. Then we have other former deputy presidents in the house. We've had Comrade Adamu Umoru. We have had Comrade Frank Sanubi. We have had Comrade Matthew Duru. We have had Comrade Owan Abwa. Then we have Comrade Kabiru Danazumi. He's the youngest of the past deputy presidents. We appreciate you, sir. He started serving in this administration before he was promoted, to senior calling. Then also, I wish to sincerely appreciate the strong delegation from the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, led by the Secretary General, my very good friend, my very close brother, that we work assiduously on a daily basis together to improve the plight of Nigerian workers. He's a man that went to NIPS. He didn't just bag the MNI, but there was a dagger attached to it. Comrade General N.A. Toro, PhD, MNI, dagger. Forever. No stopping. Secretary General of TUC. Closely seated is Comrade Williams Adegbe, who is a trustee of the TUC and also the National President of Hotel and Personal Services Seniors Association of Nigeria. We appreciate you. You've been with us from day one. We thank you for all you do. Forever. Then we have, let me quickly jump, I did cite him earlier, a Deputy President of TUC, the only expatriate, the only Nigerian expatriate in the TUC NAC, and in fact in the entire TUC. He's the President of Food, Beverage, Tobacco Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Jimo Oibo. Lose election. He's a high chief par excellence. Then we have our women leader, rightly seated there. She's been here at 12 from day one, Comrade Esther Asabe. We appreciate you, ma'am. Our strength. Then also we have the president of ASUS, Comrade Adigun. We appreciate you, sir. Forever. We have the president of shipping, a very gentle man, but a man of aluta to the core, Comrade Asonye. We appreciate you. Forever. We have this General Secretary, the only Executive Secretary in TUC, Comrade Adeboshin. We appreciate you, sir. And the entire CWC members of Pengassan, I appreciate you for the wonderful work that you've been doing in the last 3 days, in the last 3 years, and indeed the last 6 years. The National Industrial Relations Officer of Pengassan, Comrade Ifeanyi Dalitin Eze, we appreciate you. Forever. The National Treasurer of Pengassan, Comrade David Owan, we appreciate you, sir. The General Secretary of Pengassan, Comrade Jerry Ama, we appreciate you, sir. No stopping. The National Chairperson, Pengassan Women Commission, Comrade Ada Miriam Umbanaso. Okay, I think she's outside trying to get some things right. No controversy. Our strength. The Secretary, the National Secretary, Pengassan Women Commission, Comrade Chidima Ayao, we appreciate you, ma. And also, we have the National Auditor 2 of Pengassan, Comrade S.A. Okusi. Then closely, the Zonal Chairman, here seated, we have the Zonal Chairman, Wari Zone, Comrade Tosin Olowo Lagba. Great Nigeria. Comrade Abeng Eyam, Lagos Zonal Chairman. Backward never. Comrade Sanusi Dauda, Kaduna Zonal Chairman. Forever. Comrade George Unwoko, Port Harcourt Zonal Chairman. And also, we have some zonal secretaries here seated. We have Comrade Okeke Unana. Forever. These are all CWC members. I can't cite the rest, but we have the CFO. The CFO. We appreciate you. Comrade Wilson as Sekutu. No controversy. You are highly appreciated. We have a lot of former leaders in the house. I'll just mention a few, just as point of contact to the others. We have Lady Rose, the pioneer chairperson, Women in Pengassan. We appreciate you, ma. She has done a lot for the upliftment of women in Pengassan, for the upliftment of Pengassan, and for the growth of the association over the years. Ever backward, never. Our strength. Lose election. We have Comrade Kakite. Comrade Kakite was former Warri Zonal Chairman. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. Great Nigeria. We have Comrade Friday Otono, former Port Harcourt Zonal Chairman. Forever. We have Elder Peter Ebewele, former Warri Zonal Secretary. Great Nigeria. We have Prince Audu Peter Osho Baba Oshoko Male. Yeah, Choco, popularly referred to as Choco Milo. We appreciate you. We have I will come there. I can't see anyone there again. Okay, comrades. We have Jelly Owanagu, former Warri Zonal Chairman. Now, forever. We have Comrade Whiskey Essay. Whiskey Essay, I saw him outside earlier, a former Warri Zonal Chairman as well. Forever. We have a quite number of former CWC members here seated with us today. Then also we have other elders in the house who have served this association as NEC members, as leaders of respective sectors. We have Comrade Ruben Aigbobu, former branch chairman of DBN. We appreciate you. We thank you for all you've done for Pengassan and all that you are still doing. Forever. We have the former GEC chairman in the house as well. He's still, he left Pengassan a while ago, but still committed to the cause. Comrade Prince Emia Okori. We appreciate you. Forever. We have the former GEC chairman, a very good friend, a committed fellow, the man that will work together to start changing the fortunes of our members in NNPC after several years. Comrade Victor Odo. We appreciate you, sir. Forever. Former GEC chairman, NNPC group. Then we have, sorry if I am Faye to Sorrow. Is she in the house? Okay, she was around yesterday. We appreciate you and all that you do. We also have Comrade Michael Shobuge. I don't know if he's here today. Yeah. Great Nigeria is an elder. Great Nigeria, an elder and a former chairman of Transition. We have quite a number of them here seated this afternoon. We are. Comrades, for all those elders in the house, if I didn't call your name, know that I didn't see your face. So I'm sorry for that. But I've used this as a point of contact to us all. And who? Comrade Mike Agbana. How can I omit Comrade Mike Agbana? Hospital too far. We appreciate you, sir. He was the Port Harcourt Zonal Secretary, 2003 to 2005. And later as well, he was chairman of Port Harcourt Refineries. We appreciate you, Comrade Mike Agbana. Thank you so much. And also, yes, Bayelsa State TUC Secretary, the man that said he lost election by 1 vote. We appreciate you. Forever. Most of them that I have just called, they've retired from Continua, train the world. They've retired from their respective, thank you, sir. They've retired from their respective services, but they are still committed to the call. Whenever you call on them, they are here to work with us. They are here to support us from behind. We appreciate you all for all that you do. We thank you for your service to humanity. We thank you for your service to mankind. Our distinguished NEC members, we appreciate you all. In fact, yesterday, we had a validatory NEC section. I think for the first time, some people saw my tears. Yeah, I became relatively emotional because I think it was a setup. I appreciate you all. We've bonded like family. We've bonded like brothers, like sisters. Collectively, we fought together. Collectively, we advocated together. We have been one united family in the last years. I couldn't have asked for a better NEC members than every one of us. I appreciate you from the depth of my heart. I appreciate you with everything in me. The successes that we've recorded in Pengassan would not have been possible if not for your commitment, if not for your dedication, and if not for the fact that you gave it all. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Tomorrow, we'll give the proper validatory speech. All the NEC members in the house, please give yourself a clap applause. Thank you so much, comrades. To our delegates and members of the respective congresses, thank you for finding time to attend this program. And I think we have learned, a lot in the course of the last 3 days. This is what we do. This is a program that we felt would change the narrative, we felt would deepen Pengassan and make Pengassan part of the policy makers in the industry. We thank you for giving it an additional flavor. We thank you for giving it an additional coloration. We appreciate you. Then for all the members of Pengassan Women Commission, a shout out to you all. No controversy. We appreciate our strength. We appreciate Train the World. We appreciate you all for the support that you've rendered to the national leadership, for the support that you've rendered to us as well, and for all that you are doing to make Pengassan a going concern. To members of the press, we appreciate you. We have partnered together in the last 6 years. We have been friends, we have been colleagues. This program wouldn't have been seen by Nigerians and indeed all over the world if not for the great job that you do on a daily basis. We appreciate you. So comrades, in the last 3 days, we have brainstormed on issues that are bordering on our industry. Today, we want to present the communique to the world. We want to present the communique of our findings, our solutions, and our recommendations in the last 3 days. Permit me to quickly go through the communique. This is the communique issued at the end. Sorry, I think before I go, I missed, the cameras were blocking her. Madam Tokwe, I think I saw her earlier. Yeah, you are highly appreciated. A very strong CWC member. She served as Kaduna Zonal Secretary. You are appreciated, ma'am. Communique issued at the end of a 3 days Pengassan Energy and Labor Summit. Peals, organized by the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Pengassan, held from August 19th to 21st, 2026 at the Congress Hall of Transcorp Hilton Hotel, Abuja. Background: the 5th edition of Pengassan Energy and Labor Summit with the theme strengthening regulatory framework as for stability and growth in Nigeria oil and gas industry took place in Transcorp Hilton Hotel, Abuja. The summit brought together representatives of the federal government, regulators, national and international oil companies, organized laborers, investors, industry professionals, and other stakeholders to examine the regulatory, commercial, and labor conditions required to unlock sustainable growth in Nigeria oil and gas industry. The summit primarily focused on driving critical conversations among stakeholders and high-level participants on complex challenges confronting operations in the industry, especially as they affect PIA amendment, regulatory uncertainties, oil and gas investment, policy consistencies, investment incentives, efficient execution, and protection of workers and host communities. Following the keynote addresses, expert presentations, and extensive engagement, the summit observed and resolved as follows. 1. Regulatory sensitivities and investor confidence. The summit acknowledged the Petroleum Industry Act 2021 as a significant milestone in the reform of Nigeria petroleum industry. However, it observed that the long-standing capital required for oil and gas development depend not only on the existence of laws and regulations, but on their predictability, durability, transparency, and consistent application. The summit, therefore, called for a greater stability in Nigeria's fiscal and regulatory environment and urged government and regulatory institutions to minimize abrupt policy changes and ensure adequate stakeholder consultation before material changes are introduced. It further recommended smarter regulations and embracing technology, improved coordination among regulatory and government institutions to eliminate overlapping mandates, repetitive approvals, and conflicting directives, thereby reducing Nigeria's cost premium and improving the competitiveness for global energy capital. 2. Regulation must enable investment and deliver results. The summit emphasized that regulation should protect Nigeria's national interests, workers' communities, investors, safety, and the environment, while simultaneously enabling legitimate business to invest and operate efficiently. It therefore called for smarter and outcome-driven regulations, supported by digitalization, clear timelines, faster approvals, and transparent processes. Regulatory effectiveness should ultimately be measured by its ability to facilitate responsible investment, increase production, greater revenue, protect workers, and create sustainable national value. The summit welcomed the commitment of the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, to continually review regulations to determine whether they are achieving their intended outcomes and to maintain transparent and time-bound licensing processes. Number 3, investment, production, and sustainable employment. The summit recognized the direct relationship between regulatory sanctity, investment, project, production, government revenue, and sustainable employment. It noted that Nigeria competes with other jurisdictions for finite global capital and cannot rely solely on the size of its hydrocarbon resources to attract investment. The country must offer competitive fiscal and commercial terms, security, predictable regulations, and efficient project executions. The summit, therefore, urged government and regulators to consolidate recent reforms and incentives that have stimulated renewed investment and final investment decisions and ensure that Nigeria remains internationally competitive for capital. Number 4, gas as an engine for industrialization. The summit observed that Nigeria possesses enormous gas resources with over 215 TCF of proven reserves, but continue to face significant challenges in converting these resources into reliable energy, industrial growth, and economic prosperity. It called for an integrated national approach to gas development, encompassing upstream supply, processing facilities, pipeline storage, LNG, LPG, and CNG infrastructures, alongside commercially sustainable gas pricing, bankable offtake arrangements, and credit-worthy customers. The summit further urged accelerated utilization of gas for power generation, manufacturing, transportation, fertilizers, petrochemicals, and domestic cooking, while reducing routine flaring and methane emissions and converting otherwise wasted gas into economic value. Number 5, domestic refining and value addition. The summit called for sustained policies and investment to expand Nigeria's domestic refining capacity and reduce the economic inefficiency of exporting crude oil while importing significant volumes of refined petroleum products. The need to protect refineries such as Dangote Refinery, Watersmith Refinery, etc. within Nigeria jurisdiction was emphasized. Nigeria must progressively retain more values from its petroleum resources through domestic refining, petrochemicals, gas processing, and other value-adding activities capable of generating employment, conserving foreign exchange, and stimulating industrial growth. Number 6, workers' rights and industrial harmony. The summit affirmed that capital and labor are complementary rather than competing interests. Sustainable business requires investment and profitability, while sustainable investment equally requires skilled, motivated, and fairly treated workers. It therefore called for stronger protection of jobs, accrued benefits, pensions, collective bargaining agreements, and other established rights of workers, particularly during mergers, acquisitions, divestment, and asset transfers. The summit stressed that industrial harmony means more than the absence of strike. It requires justice, mutual respect, effective communication, responsible engagement, fair labor practices, and shared prosperity. Occupational health and safety must remain non-negotiable, and increased production must never be achieved at the expense of life or well-being of any Nigerian worker. Number 7, Nigerian content, expatriate quarter, and human capital development. The summit called for the Nigeria content implementation to progress beyond procurement targets towards building Nigerian companies and professionals capable of competing locally on competence, quality, governance, and cost. It further called for stronger enforcement of expatriate quota requirements to ensure that foreign expertise is deployed principally where genuine skill gap exists and is accompanied by measurable knowledge transfer, understudy arrangement, and succession plan for qualified Nigerians. Nigeria must deliberately develop a future-ready workforce through continuous technical training, digital capability, leadership development, and emerging energy skills. Number 8, security, host communities, and infrastructure. While acknowledging recent improvements in the security of petroleum infrastructures and reduction include oil theft and pipeline vandalism, the summit called for sustained collaborations among government, security agencies, operators, host communities, and other stakeholders to consolidate these gains. The summit reaffirmed that host communities must be genuine partners in petroleum development and called for effective implementation of the host community development trust framework under the PIA. Number 9, execution must now be the priority. The summit observed that Nigeria already possesses significant resources, laws, institutions, policies, and human capacity. The critical challenge is the ability to convert this advantage to bankable projects and measurable outcomes. It therefore called for stronger execution discipline, measurable targets, clearly assigned institutional responsibilities, and transparent monitoring of commitments. Policies must translate into implementation, resources into projects, projects into production, production into values, and investment into sustainable jobs and national prosperity. Number 10, collaboration and shared responsibility. The summit unanimously recognized that no single stakeholder can deliver the desired transformation of the Nigeria oil and gas industry alone. Government must provide stable and competitive policies. Regulators must protect the national interest while enabling responsible investment. Operators and investors must deploy capital responsibly and uphold safety and labor standards. Community must be genuine development partners, while labor must continue to champion productivity, professionalism, workers' welfare and rights, skill development, and constructive industrial relations. The summit consequently called for deeper and more structured collaborations among government, regulators, NNPC Limited, operators, investors, organized labor, and host community in resolving industry bottlenecks and accelerating investment and production. Number 11, action points. To ensure these recommendations do not remain in the level of discussions, stakeholders should take practical steps towards implementation. What is in there for government and policy makers? Government should continue to provide a stable and coherent policy environment for the petroleum industry. Outstanding issues relating to the implementation of PIA should be addressed in a transparent and timely manner. The recent executive orders issued by the President and Commander-in-Chief should be submitted to the National Assembly as an executive bill to amend the PIA. This should be transparently done, and all stakeholders in the industry must be carried along. They should also prioritize the rehabilitation and development of critical energy infrastructures and address wider issues, including security and other factors that increase the risk and cost associated with investment. What should the regulatory authorities do? Regulatory bodies should maintain the principle of being firm, fair, and fast in the discharge of their responsibilities. They should provide clear regulatory requirements, improve the speed of approvals, ensure consistency in decision-making, and strengthening communication with industry stakeholders. They must develop KPIs to monitor regulatory performance, and these should be assessed by the results achieved in the industry, rather than simply by the number of regulations issued, licenses issued, or approvals issued. For the operators and investors. They should make compliance an integral part of their corporate culture and not simply something undertaken in response to regulatory pressures. Companies should continue to invest in their employees, safety, training, and professional development while promoting productivity and operational excellence. Management should also maintain open communication with workers and organized labor in order to build trust and prevent avoidable disputes. Pengassan and labor relations. What should we do? Pengassan should continue to protect the legitimate interests and welfare of its members, while also promoting productivity, professionalism, and the sustainability of the enterprises in which we work. They should strengthen its role in promoting continuous dialogue, early resolution of disputes, skills development, and knowledge transfer. It should also remain actively engaged in discussions on the future of petroleum industry, investment, energy transition, and employment. Then for the academia, that is the educational institutions, PTDF, universities, technical colleges, and industry stakeholders should strengthen partnership aimed at producing workers who are ready for the realities of the modern-day energy sector. More attention should be given to practical training, research, modern laboratories, apprenticeship, and industry-based learning. Training should also reflect emerging areas of energy industry rather than focusing exclusively on traditional skills, because there are new modern trends that are emerging. For all the joint stakeholders, what actions are they required to take? Government, regulators, employers, organized labor, and educational institutions should establish stronger platforms for regular engagement on the challenges facing the industry. There should be a measurable target for investment, production, employment, infrastructure, and skill development, with progress reviewed periodically. Conclusions. Peals 2026 established a clear consensus that Nigeria does not suffer from lack of petroleum resources. They don't suffer from human capacity or market opportunities. The fundamental challenge is converting this advantage into investment, converting infrastructure, production, sustainable employment, and shared prosperity into what you and I could reckon with. The summit, therefore, reaffirms that Nigeria's oil and gas industry require a regulatory environment that is stable but responsive, rigorous but efficient, proactive but enabling, capable of inspiring the long-term confidence required for a multi-billion-dollar investment. Ultimately, the strength of Nigeria's oil and gas industry will not be measured merely by the resources beneath the ground, but by the project delivered, by the value created, by the Nigerian capability developed, and decent jobs sustained, and prosperity generated for the Nigerian people. The opportunity is enormous. The responsibility is shared. Execution must be now. Execution must be made priority. Before I take my seat, I wish to also recognize, I saw the former national PRO and also former branch chairman ExxonMobil walked in. Comrade Aniete Udo is a comrade par excellence. We appreciate you. And also to my brother Ichipi, the former and the immediate past zonal chairman of Port Harcourt Zone. You are highly, the immediate past zonal vice chairman, Port Harcourt Zone. You are highly appreciated. Thank you so much for coming. So, comrades, I salute you all. Gentlemen of the press, this is the communique from the summit in the last 3 days. Long live Pengassan. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Solidarity. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
All right, thank you very much. Please give the president one more round of applause. Thank you. So, as you've heard him say, tomorrow there is the delegates conference, which it used to be one of the common places people came together before Peals. So we're going to listen briefly about that conference from our president again. So he's going to talk to us more like an opening, prepping our minds for what will happen tomorrow. Please, President, back here again.
Solidarity. So, comrades, as you rightly know, we collectively agreed some years back, last year actually, as that any year we are having our delegate conference, that when we are having Peals that year, the Peals will as well serve as the public section for the delegate conference, so that we will not have multiple events in a year. So what that means is that, we presented a communique from Peals, but now it's more or less like an intro to the delegate conference that we're going to be having tomorrow. So comrades, tomorrow we'll be having our delegate conference at the International Conference Center here in the city of Abuja. And this is the first quadrennial delegate conference that we are going to have. If you remember, initially we were having a biennial delegate conference during the time of Comrade Brown Ogbefun. Sometime in 2004, thereabout, the Constitution was amended, and we now moved from the triennial delegate conference, the biennial delegate conference, to the triennial. But also looking at the trends and how things move, most especially when our umbrella body, the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, amended this constitution to move to the quadrennial delegate conference. So we decided to also reflect it in our constitution, and we now moved to the quadrennial delegate conference. So tomorrow, the first quadrennial delegate conference of Pengassan is going to happen starting from today. So we're already in the mood of celebration. We're already in the mood of, I think all our delegates, they've all arrived. That is why you could see the attendance of this year's Peals. It's much more than what it used to be, because most of our delegates are already here seated. So comrades, what we intend to do tomorrow, is to move directly to the private section. And in that private section, we'll talk to ourselves, and we go principally into elections proper. So tomorrow majorly is going to be private section, and all our affiliate unions, they are all expected, they've all been invited for the quadrennial delegate conference. Of course, TUC, they are also invited. As someone said, are you inviting yourself? But beyond me, we have all our leaders of the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria seated right here and now. I could see some of our presidents also came in. The immediate past president of South Tribe, who is also a trustee of TUC, Elder Benjamin Akintola, comrade. We appreciate you, sir. Then we have the president of Textile. He's also here with us. He's the PRO of TUC, Comrade Babatunde Alamutu. You're highly appreciated, sir. Thank you for finding time to be here. Then also, as I was acknowledging the elders, the past elders, I didn't see our very good friend who has been ported from us to HRO in ExxonMobil, now Seplat, Comrade Williams Umbok. We appreciate you. If you remember Umbok, Umbok was the master of ceremony for the first two Peals that we had. He always, there to deliver, to support Pengassan. Thank you so much, sir. We have the immediate past president of ATSAN. The immediate past president of ATSAN is here seated. He's the trustee of TUC, Comrade Jaja. You're highly appreciated, sir. Then we had Nupeng in the house as well, represented by the deputy president and the general secretary. But I think they said they would join us later this evening as well. They were here 2 days ago. They were here yesterday. We quite appreciate them. So, comrades, as we said, we are in the delegate conference mood, and tomorrow we would get into that, the private section, but today is just to say thank you to every one of us that has made this journey quite worthwhile in the last 6 years. Starting from all the past presidents of Pengassan, they were all there for us. I could see Comrade Peter Esele, who came in not quite long at all. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you for coming, sir. Thank you so much. He has been with us, in the last 3 days. Comrade Peter Esele was president Pengassan 2006 to 2008, and also President General TUC between 2007 and 2013. We appreciate you. Thank you for all you do for humanity. So, comrades, we appreciate all our past presidents who have tremendously supported us. The support we've received from them in the last 6 years has been humbling. The support we've gotten from them, the advice, the nudges, it's been extremely incredible. We appreciate you all for your support. We appreciate you for the love for Pengassan, for the true love that you have exhibited before I came in, and also during our tenure at all. We appreciate you. Words are not enough for us to say thank you. All the former deputy president, starting from Mustafa Wali, he was always there advising us, reaching out to the NNPC GEC, reaching out to us in national. We appreciate all the past deputy presidents of Pengassan, for your support, for your help when we call on you. You never shy away. Thank you so much. Then for the general secretaries, they've been administrators par excellence. We appreciate you for the support you've rendered to us in the last 6 years. To all the affiliate unions in Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, we appreciate you. For those that are here, we say thank you. For those that could also make it here, we also say thank you. Because we know that in the last years, we have partnered, we have worked together like family. Then I will also thank all the former presidents of TUC. We were also relating with them closely in this journey. I remember when I came in as president of Pengassan, Comrade Quadri Olaleye was the president of TUC. From day one when I came on board, we collaborated, we worked together. Several of those meetings he was attending. If there was any affiliate he would carry it along, it was actually Pengassan. And I appreciate him for all that he has done for the trade union movement in Nigeria. To the General Secretary, we quite appreciate you. You've been there. Whenever it concerns Pengassan, you are always there. And you are a leader that leads from the front, not the leader that is behind and say, go forward, I am coming. But you are always there. When the job go mature, there's a name I always call him. Let's go there. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. To all presidents of respective affiliates, to all past presidents here seated, I thank you for the support that you've rendered to us in the last 6 years. Words are not enough for us to appreciate you. Therefore, all our leaders that are here in the house, a couple of them were invited because this journey started because of the trust that they reposed in us. This journey started because of the belief that they've had in us. A lot of former GEC chairmen came to our support. Some of them, as at then, they were serving, they were branch chairmen, they supported us from their heart. Comrade Victor Odo, thank you so much for all that you have done for this movement. Whenever any branch come to us and tell us the successes that we've recorded in the last few years, immediately I remember those people that made it possible. If not for their love, if not for their genuine support, without requesting for anything, we would not have been where we are today in Pengassan. Comrade Victor Odo, thank you so much. You were then branch chairman of Pengassan in PHROC. You worked assiduously to ensure that this team emerged. We appreciate you. Next, Comrade Emia Okorie. In fact, he was grossly victimized. In fact, himself and Victor Odo, they were grossly victimized. There was nothing that they didn't do to them, but they stood firm to say, this is the direction we want to go. We appreciate you. Comrade Igwe Billy is not here. Igwe Billy was the then chairman of NAPIMS. Igwe Billy was another comrade from the NNPC stock who said, no, this is the direction we want Pengassan to go. We highly appreciate him, a very cerebral, a very committed comrade, a very vocal comrade. Please, our regards to Comrade Igwe Billy. Then across the respective sectors as well, from the service sector, the support was just enormous. Our elder, Comrade Ruben, was leading, was there to give us all the support. Comrade Mike Oshobuge was there. Comrade Victor Akinyemi is from the producer's talk. I didn't see you earlier. He was there, to work to ensure that we didn't just come on board, but when we came on board, gave the massive support from behind to ensure our stability. Comrade Ameke Gabriel was also phenomenal in the kind of support that was rendered. Then I will not forget Comrade Jude Ozenoa. Comrade Jude Ozenoa was a powerhouse. He was the then chairman of Pengassan in NLNG branch. Comrade Jude Ozenoa defied all odds, even when the outgoing president then was, this is the direction we are going. He said, no, I have assessed these candidates, and I think this is the direction that we should go. At the end, he supported us. If not for those supports that we received, it could not have been that easy. Then, for the folks from ExxonMobil, I appreciated them as well because they made the difference at the end as well. I appreciate you all. I use Comrade Tayo seated here today as a point of contact to all our comrades from ExxonMobil for the wonderful job that they did. And also, a lot of branches, I cannot be naming them one after the other, from the Regulators Forum, Comrade Owan Abua. He later became the deputy president of Pengassan, but as at then, he was the branch chairman of DPRO. Mobilized the entire DPRO to support us that we must bring about reforms, we must bring about change in Pengassan. I wouldn't forget to mention the role that was played by Comrade Frank Sanobi, who was then deputy president of Pengassan, supporting us and mobilizing the entire Chevron branch behind us. If not for that singular act, it would have been difficult for us to be here today and bring about the visible changes and the visible reforms that we have seen in Pengassan. We really, really, really appreciate you. And also, a lot of other branches that are seated here. Sorry if I didn't call your branch, it doesn't mean that you weren't important, but in Pengassan, we have over 150 branches. I will not also fail to mention my branch for the strong support, the urge, and everything they threw into it for us to get to where we got to during the elections and even thereafter. Then, not to talk about the role played by people like Bosun Olabi, the then branch chairman of Baker Hughes, who later became the National Auditor 2 of Pengassan, as well as the National Financial Secretary. Comrades, I appreciate every one of us. I appreciate every one of you. Yes, we got that level of support to come in. But after coming in, we had a lot of branch chairmen who stood firm. Today, we could proudly say that the organs of Pengassan were united. We could proudly say that from the CWC to the NEC and indeed the delegate conference, we are extremely united. This administration, during the last 6 years, we had cause to call for 3 special delegate conferences. In the 3 special delegate conferences that we call for, we have some fundamental changes to our constitution. And the fundamental changes we've had to our constitution, one of them is this event that we are holding today. Peals, it's now, it's an institutional reform. It's something that is part of our constitution today. So beyond this CWC, it will be a going concern. Pengassan Foundation is another institutional reform that we brought to bear, that we felt that no, we should develop a platform that we could reach out to the society We should develop a platform where we could reach out for the less privileged. We feel that, or we believe that as oil and gas workers, Nigeria has given a lot to us. So we should be able to cascade part of the resources that we have. We should be able to take from our salaries and put it there, to put it in a fund that will support the less privileged. And today, I'm proud to tell you the wonderful work that Pengassan Foundation has been doing since its inception in 2024. Today, across the length and breadth of Nigeria, from building schools or renovating schools in Delta State to renovating schools and providing them with classroom equipment in FCT, to the renovation of school in Kebbi, also to providing Braille for the blind in Rivers, to providing transformers for communities in Rivers State, and also providing cooking gas cylinders, a lot of cooking gas cylinders to communities in Kuje. I mean, I could go on and on and on. To paying hospital bills for lots of families or lots of people that were in the hospital who could not afford hospital bills. And as such, the hospital refused to let them go, that they are not charity organizations, that they have to pay. But Pengassan intervened in several hospitals. Pengassan Foundation intervened and took care of these people. So Pengassan Foundation is here to stay. Is one of the institutional reforms that was brought to bear, and that would not have been possible if not the support of the NEC, if not for the support of the delegates. We appreciate you. We thank you for the trust that you've reposed in us. We thank you for the belief that you've had in us. And you also know clearly that this was also possible because of this great work done by the entire CWC and the NEC. You remember very well that in 2023, we had massive devaluation. When that devaluation came, Pengassan responded. I could say Pengassan is one of the first unions to respond to devaluation and restore the value of the devaluation to most of our members today. Across board today, these are delivered superlative increments, unprecedented increments to member salaries ranging from 200% and in some cases a cumulative of 500%. And for us, we are grateful for the trust that you had in us. The entire CWC is thanking you all, because the CWC would not have been able to do this if not for the support that we received from the branch chairmen, from the NEC members who worked tirelessly, who worked day and night to ensure that those level of increments, they were achieved. And we thank you all for that. Yes, we know that we all are the beneficiaries, but it takes some level of strategy, it takes some level of planning, and it takes some level of dedication, and in most cases, some level of push, because the industry for a very long time has not seen that kind of thing. So when we started, there was a lot of resistance from management, there was resistance from some section of government, but with the right data, with preparation, we brought all our facts to the table, we brought the data to the table, sat down with them, and in some cases, it resulted to industrial actions in some cases, but finally, the industry responded. So we are thanking the management of these respective organizations, respective companies. We thank them. Some of them, even without any push, they did what was right. I mean, some of them, like in NMPC, for example, we sat down with the GCO and the EVP Business Services, and all the issues that we brought forth, we were able to reach an alignment without a single industrial action. In some of the IOCs like Chevron, we achieved a lot of successes even without wearing red to even demonstrate, to fight. But just as some of them, those achievements were recorded, with just pure conversations and negotiations, there were still some of them who wanted to remain in the past. There were some of them who told us that devaluation occurred in 2016 and that the industry did not move. That devaluation occurred in 2003, that the industry did not move. They kept reminding us of all that. Some even went during the time of Abacha that there was devaluation. But we said, no, we cannot remain in the past. We cannot be stuck in the past, that we must move the industry and we must move our remuneration to where it is. The reason we were particular, the reason we were so strong on that, because we know that in oil and gas, the skills are easily transferable. If you are a drilling engineer in Nigeria, you have drilled in deep offshore, you can easily move to Abu Dhabi, you can easily move to the US, you can easily move to the North Sea. If you are a lifting engineer in Nigeria, your services are required all over the world. If you are a subsea engineer, the same training that the subsea engineers that are in Canada, the same training they receive, is also the same training that subsea engineers in Nigeria will receive. So what that means is that you can easily transfer those skills. So because you can easily transfer those skills, that was why we were a bit apprehensive, that if the industry did not respond in plugging that devaluation gap, that we are going to have a lot of members who will migrate from Nigeria to those parts of the world. And for us, as trade unions, we don't want that to happen. So that was why we were strong, that was why we were resolute, and that was why we were determined that there must be full restoration. In some cases, we achieve even much more than the restoration. In most cases, we achieved the restoration. Then in few cases, we were not able to achieve that restoration. So from our calculation, over 90% of the branches as of today, we've achieved full restoration. Forever. My branch chairman is clapping because he was one of those that achieved over restoration. we appreciate it. So clearly, comrades, that has been the journey in the last 3 years. There are a lot. If you remember when we came on board, we came during COVID. So when we came during COVID, there was a lot of apprehensions that the oil and gas industry, that we are going to witness a lot of job layoff and all that. Because back then, a lot of companies they were all closed down. People were working from home. But immediately we came in August 2020, we were able to arrest that. We were able to work on that, and we were able to reduce, those perceived fears in the industry. Then, as you know, we've talked about divestment over and over again. The entire CWC were resolved. We worked with our neck to get to develop, those systems, policies, procedure, working with the government institutions and formulating policies that protected the jobs of our members. So, comrades, we will say more of this tomorrow, but this is just a way of intro and a way of saying thank you to you all. And also, this regime, we bettered the Pengassan Women Commission. The whip, which was women in Pengassan, metamorphosed into a structured women commission today that Comrade Mariam Ubanaso is currently leading. So we appreciate you all for the support. We thank you all for the solidarity. We thank you all for all that you have done to make Pengassan a going concern. And we want you to also, the trust that you have reposed in us. And even more so, like we said yesterday during our NEC meeting, that one of the strongest legacies that we will be leaving behind is the legacy of stability in transition. Is that legacy whereby transition is not rancorous. Since I've known Pengassan, since I've been in Pengassan, our elders, our past presidents are all seated here. Transition in Pengassan, in the recent while that I have been around, has not been too smooth. In such a way that when the new executives comes on board, it is always very tough for them to settle down. It's always very tough. For example, it took over a year and 6 months for us to be able to have our 2 feet on the ground because the election that brought us in 2020 was extremely tumultuous. It was tough, it was difficult. But we are happy that today, all those, they belong to the past. As we often say, forward ever. that today our transition is smooth, and by the grace of God, it will come as smoothly as possible. And please, all the support that you've rendered to us, for those coming behind us, even double such support, even double such solidarity, because we trust in their ability. They have performed extremely well in all positions that they've held in the past, and we have no iota of doubt that they will even surpass our record. Our prayer is that whatsoever record that we have achieved, we want them to surpass them a millionfold. Solidarity. Thank you so much, comrades. I appreciate it.
Abigi man, abigi man. Abigi man, abigi man. Abigi man, abigi man. Thanking us. President is thanking us. He's thanking us. Make the applause one more time better for President TUC, President Pengassan, Comrade Engineer Festus Osifo. That was an ode to appreciation from the depths of the heart of a man who understands the significance of collaboration, of teamwork, and of building a system outside of strong individuals. That is where the appreciation came from. Please, one more time, give him a round of applause. Him and all who worked with him in the neck these last 6 years. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we will carry on to a few goodwill remarks now before we draw the curtains for today and get ready for the evening. Before I do that, however, it's been brought to my attention that, interestingly, every time I acknowledged a particular comrade who's been in the room with us since Monday, did I say Monday? Since Wednesday, I beg your pardon. Somehow, she just steps out of the room before I mention her name, and that is the manager, ER and IR and EC for Renaissance Africa Energy Company. One more time, Mrs. Esohe Adetola. Good afternoon. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. All right, let us move on now. I mean, we're being joined every day by past presidents, and I'm sure if we take the microphones to them, they would have one or two things to say about the association and about their experience these past 3 days. Time would not permit us to do all of that. However, one of them will speak on behalf of the past presidents of this great association, and that will be the president from 1990 to 1992. Please welcome Comrade Austin Ezewanka.
Mr. President, members of the National Executive Council of Pengassan, members of the Central Working Committee of Pengassan, members of the different levels of leadership in Pengassan, the zone, the branches, the chapters, and the units. I wanted to make a paper for these remarks, but the past president said, no, we don't need any paper. What am I going to, what can I write that will be enough for this administration? I said, no, don't compare me with this man that just left here. I said, look at the man who can remember the name of everybody in this room without a paper. It is not only that he remembers your name, he will remember when you served, where you live, what you do, when you come in, when you go out. How can you compare me with that kind of a man? I did not end there. Please, can you flash his photograph on this wall? Let me see it, and let the public see it. This is a man who's endowed by God. See how beautiful. not handsome this man is. And then if you look at his hair, I have just remembered that every gray, every single strand of hair in his head represents something very good. Gentlemen, how can you compare me? However, I'm still going to do some job. On behalf of the past presidents, Bola, Shino, Brown, Peter, and Tunde, we congratulate the members of the National Executive Council of Pengassan, the Central Working Committee of Pengassan, leadership of Pengassan in all the zones, in all the branches, in all the chapters, and in all the units. If I stay here to give you what this executive has done for us, it may not be. Probably we may have to spend more time. But I'm going to make a quote. The quote is, "The challenge of leadership is to be strong, not to be rude. Be kind, not to be weak. Be bold, not to bully. Be thoughtful, not to be lazy. Be humble, not to be timid. Be proud, not to be arrogant. Have humor without falling." Ladies and gentlemen, this apparently describes the man we are talking about. This man leading a very powerful National Executive Council alongside with a very powerful and dedicated Central Working Committee, alongside with dedicated staff that he has upgraded in different levels, he has promoted in different levels, he has reviewed their salary into different levels, he has recognized them as long as his record. Ladies and gentlemen, these people were standing on the shoulders of a giant. This giant is Osifo. I remember how English words are being formed. It is activity that gives rise to language forming some words. We are going to introduce one word for this giant, and that is to Osiforize a system. So, if you want progress, Osiforize a system. If you want movement forward, Osiforize a system. If you want justice, Osiforize a system. If you want clear, Osiforize. Gentlemen, let us Osiforize our system. Then that's everything. Ladies and gentlemen, let us Osiforize the system. We must Osiforize our system. This is Osifo Osiforizing us. I must therefore continue to thank this man. There is nothing I'm going to mention that you do not know about this man. Bringing Pengassan to the visibility of the international community. Bringing Pengassan to the visibility of the national community. Bringing Pengassan to participate in policy making. Bringing Pengassan to solving the problem of the ordinary Nigerian people. The foundation, for example, what can you say about it? This is solving the people's problem. Now, I'm not going to tell anybody that I would advocate for. We cannot work as INEC chairman because the man is too straightforward to be there. Not in the Nigerian INEC. But some of the people here have approached us. They said, how do we make use of this kind of person? He is simply a presidential material. We are going to Osiforize the Nigerian political system. We are going to add value to the Nigerian political system. The labor movement are out to help us Osiforize the Nigerian political system. And we are going to put Osifo there. Ladies and gentlemen, I must thank all of you. I must thank all the members of Pengassan at all levels. I must thank all the ladies and gentlemen who are here to see what is happening to us so that they wouldn't think we are being arrogant. A leader must be proud, but you don't necessarily need to be arrogant. And that is Osifo. If we tell you that Osifo is the person we are projecting, you need to know that we are not being arrogant about it. We are only being straightforward, and we want a change for the totality of the community. I must tell you that I'm proud of all of you. It is not necessarily because an election is coming. It is because there is need to be here. Over the past 6 years, I've learned a couple of things. One of them is Zeba. I didn't see him today. Emotional bank account is very important for all of us. We learned one yesterday. What was that? Can anybody? Vibers. These are the words that help us move this our community. All the slogans that have been introduced by this giant, they make a lot of sense to all of us. For example, moving train. Is there anybody who can stop a moving train? Educate a woman. If you educate a woman, even in your house, you will see the difference is 7-Up. Yes. Don't forget, all of us have mothers. Whether you are a woman or a man, you have a mother. And I think most of us lean towards our mothers. Therefore, educate the Nigerian woman, and then you have educated the nation. These are some of the slogans that our president, the giant of this Pengassan, the giant of our association, has introduced into the slogans of Nigerian union movement, Nigerian labor movement, and very soon it has to go into the Nigerian political system. Therefore, all of us here must make sure we carry on these slogans anywhere. We are proud of it. We must educate our women. A moving train cannot be stopped. Credit allowed for one must be credit allowed for all. And that is where we can eradicate poverty in our nation. Osifo does not believe he should enjoy a loan. That's why when Osifo gets credit allowed, he wants all of us to get credit allowed, including the retired presidents of Pengassan. Gentlemen, what else can I say about this man? However, President, our giant, couldn't have done that without the support of all the people who ran with him. So congratulations to all the people who ran with him. Congratulations to all the people who supported him. Please, we are asking you. The man who is going to take over from him has a battle. He has a job to do, because the least comparison we will give out of him is to Osiforize us. If he doesn't, I don't know what we're going to do. But it is up to him to invent another lexicon for himself, which can. Osifo would also want another word that can surpass him, because any man that is born, any woman would like his child to be greater than him. No be so? Therefore, we are looking forward to the next executive. We are using the word Osiforize us. Don't want us to maintain that Osiforization by the time you finish your regime. We would like to have another one, possibly to add to Osiforization. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot conclude this my remark without these men who have their cameras. Wonderful people. But for them, nobody will see us. We will only see ourselves. They are perfect gentlemen. They are wonderful. And they have been milling around. There's another person I want to recognize. You see that guy who was talking about girls? The boys shouldn't do this. The Yahoo boys. Please project that thing for the wider community of Nigeria. They may not need to hear you. They may not like to hear you. But these are the processes of Osiforization that can turn this country around. If you have an ill, we tell you the ill you have and see whether we can change you. If you are good, we sail along with you. If we are bad, we try to correct you. If we can support you, we try to support you. OSIFO has done all this for the whole of us. Ladies and gentlemen, I will say thank you also to the hotel that is hosting us. We have had a good atmosphere. I do believe that tomorrow we're going to have a good time like we have been having here. So that at the end of the day, it is still the process of ossiforization. It is not going to finish until the next government takes over. So I thank all of you for this opportunity to talk to you. I love all of you. I am with all of you. Please, I will continue to love you. Thank you, Mr. President. I forgot the MC. I forgot the MC. This perfect gentleman, how much have you given to him? 300,000. So thank you for that. You know, this is the man who, each time there is a law, he invents something to make you think and participate in our activities. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Make the applause better for Comrade Austin Ezewanka, past president. That was simply beautiful and amazing. Wow. I'm sure his brother past presidents are all excited about his representation of them today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please, we may be seated. Thank you. So, we learn every day, don't we? There's a new word in the English lexicon. Ossiforization. Defined as the act of making a system work efficiently, effectively, and excellently. So thank you. Repeat. Okay. Ossiforization. New word in the English lexicon, according to Comrade Austin Ezewanka, defined as the act of making a, in fact, the act and art of making a system work efficiently, effectively, and excellently. Thank you so much. That is what you have done for Pengassan, and that is what we're advocating we want to see in Nigeria and the wider society. You produce the resources that power this economy, producing the norms, the culture that will also reshape how we do things is not far from you. We need to get it going. As he said, whatever we need to put out there in the public domain from this body, we should boldly do that. And right now, you are watching us from across Nigeria. You see that a great change came to this association in the last 6 years. That change has changed the system. That change is bringing in new leadership. That change is bringing a transparent and easy election. We're hoping to see all of that in the wider society, especially come 2027. Please, one more time for our president, Engineer Comrade Festus Osifo. So he is also, as we all know, the president of the Trade Union Congress. And this time, we're going to take our goodwill to the corridors of the TUC. We're going to listen to some affiliate associations who are part of the TUC. But before we get there, let us listen to the man who is a general when it comes to labor issues and trade union activities. He is the Secretary General of Pengassan, and he is Comrade General N.A. Toro, PhD, MNI, Daga. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for TUCSG for his own goodwill.
Distinguished leadership of Pengassan, our respected delegates in session, most highly respected past leaders of Pengassan, the gentlemen and ladies of the press, the number one worker, I crave your indulgence to allow me to ride on the already established protocol for one of time. Goodwill message from the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC. I am Comrade General N.A. Toro, PhD, MNI Daga, Secretary General of the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria. The Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, under the dynamic leadership of Comrade Engineer Festus Osifo, extend our fraternal greetings and solidarity to the leadership and members of the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Pengassan, on the occasion of the 5th edition of Pengassan Energy and Labor Summit, Peals 2026, themed Strengthening Regulatory Framework as a Catalyst for Stability and Growth in Nigeria's Oil and Gas Industry. This gathering invited guests is a strategic convergence of critical stakeholders determined to confront the harsh realities in the world of work, confronting workers and the nation's most strategic sector. At a time when workers are bearing the brunt of difficult and severe economic policies, declining purchasing power, growing insecurity in workplaces, this summit provides a vital platform to reassert the primacy of decent work, social justice, and an equitable growth. In this regard, ladies and gentlemen, the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria proudly recognizes Pengassan as the largest and most strategic affiliate of Congress. Please, let's give Pengassan a round of applause. And I beg your pardon to take it again. TUC proudly recognized Pengassan as the largest and most strategic affiliate of Congress, with which we are deeply and well pleased. We convey our firm assurances and support to Pengassan in all its struggle and whenever our intervention is needed. The Congress, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, particularly seizes this moment to commend publicly and profoundly eulogize the #1 worker in Nigeria, the President of Congress and President of the Trading and President, I beg your pardon, of Pengassan, Comrade Engineer Festus Osifo. I was expecting a round of applause because I'm going to eulogize the #1 worker. We are not there yet. We have only one #1 worker in Nigeria, and that is Comrade Engineer Festus Osifo. Congress would like to eulogize him for his purposeful, truthful, courageous, creative, and impactful leadership. Under his leadership, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, both the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria and Pengassan have undergone remarkable, huge transformation, emerging as stronger, more responsive, and forward-looking institutions capable of navigating the ever-evolving challenges confronting the world of work in Nigeria. Comrade Osifo speaks truth to power. His leadership has been defined by clarity of vision, bold advocacy, sincerity, an unyielding commitment to defending the dignity of labor in Nigeria. I thought I'm going to get another applause for that. All of this has been achieved in the face of hostile economic situation and shifting global labor dynamics. He has indeed repositioned our unions, no doubt, not only respond to crisis, but proactively shape outcomes, whether in the struggle against unfair economic reforms, the defense of workers' rights in the oil and gas sector, or the push for inclusive regulatory frameworks that guarantee stability and growth in Nigeria. Through strategic engagement, constructive social dialogue, and principled resistance where necessary. His leadership, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, has strengthened the voice of workers in national discourse. Indeed, the transformation of both the TUC and Pengassan into a formidable institution capable of addressing emerging workplace challenges stand as a testament to his dedication and foresight. We call on all stakeholders, government, employers of labor, to move beyond rhetorics and commit to the actionable reforms that will entrench decent work, protect jobs, and ensure fair distribution of our national wealth. Regulatory frameworks must not serve only corporate interests. They must equally safeguard workers, promote equity, and guarantee sustainable development. We also would like to honor the enduring legacy of Comrade Francis Olabode Johnson late, whose contribution to the labor movement continued to inspire our collective struggle for justice and fairness. Let there be no doubt that the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria assures Pengassan of its continued solidarity and partnership in advancing the cause of Nigerian workers. Together, we must remain resolute, united, unrelenting in our pursuit of judiciously shared prosperity and a just economy that works for all of us. As a student of sociology, yesterday I took away something from this very important event, and that was the talk yesterday that was delivered on legacy. You know, I went back and I pondered over it. I did a little research, and I would like to share with you. But of course, as a sociologist, I have to align it to a theory to bring out the best in it. So after due diligence, I realized that legacy resides within functionalist theory, reside within functionalism. And functionalism, as some of you are aware, was propounded by Emil Durkheim. Now, let's talk a little about sociology and what sociology sees, or how sociology views legacy. Sociology sees legacy as passing down tradition, building institution, or transferring integrated wealth, aligning most directly with structural functionalism. Of course, you can also see some of the likes in social capital theory. Now, what is a legacy? A legacy is something that is passed down from the past to the future. The exact meaning is highly dependent on the context. But of course, the general meaning of legacy could be lasting impact or influence someone or something leaves behind. We are getting there. In short, legacy means what remains or is handed down from the past, whether it's valuable, achievable, or property system, etc. Now, I want to leave you with a quotation. Some legacies reveal their true impact only after one has left office. Yet, by the grace of the Almighty Allah, one man has been privileged to witness the power and visibility of his legacy even while in office. Such honors, distinguished delegates in session, is reserved for only a few rare individuals, few rare gems whose contribution speaks loudly in a lifetime. Distinguished delegates, invited guests, comrades and colleagues, please rise and join me with a loud ovation. Please rise and join me with a loud ovation and clapping in honor of this exceptional leader, the number one worker, Comrade Engineer Festus Osifo, who is privileged to be alive, to be in office, and to leave or bequeath legacy to all of us. Comrade, we thank the Almighty for giving us Osifo. And I would like to postulate and have the general consensus of everyone here. Our past president has started it. And what he said is, he doesn't want him to go to INEC. INEC is too small for his level of thinking. And he has postulated that the best office is the #1 office in Nigeria. That is the only office that befits him. So we are going to have a popular vote. Those in support of the fact that all of us, our children, our families, our extended families, should rise in unison someday to support this one man we all believe in to lead this nation. Say aye. Those against say nay. Comrades, the affirmative, the ayes. If Allah tarries one day, we will all in unison lead this man to Aso Rock. God bless the working people of Nigeria.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Comrade General Toro, MNI. PhD MNI Dagger, thank you so much. Just for the records, we're not saying his next election, no, we're saying in the future. Just for the records, we're not saying his next election. Huh? 2031. Okay. No. We need to make a distinction that is not next year. It's 2031 because people will start calling his number when we leave here to say, are you? We don't want that. It's not next election. But anyways, please give Comrade Toro another round of applause. Thank you so much, sir. Secretary General of the TUC. Thank you. And now we're going to take, still within the affiliate associations of the TUC, we're going to be staying with the TUC, and this time we're going to the president of the Food, Beverages and Tobacco Senior Staff Association of Nigeria for his goodwill. Please welcome Comrade Jimo Oyibo.
Solidarity, Aluta, Victoria, thank you very much. First of all, let me give thanks to God who made it possible for us to gather here today and granted all of us journey mercies. I want to sincerely appreciate the leadership of Pengassan, because one thing is this: you come up with a concept and the consistency thereafter is what matters. There are some people that comes out with a concept, 2-3 years down the line, it will just fizzle out. So the consistency that the leadership of Pengassan have brought, not only in that sector, but in the labor movement. So I want to sincerely thank the leadership from the president, our president, Comrade Engineer Festus Osifo, to the CWC of Pengassan, the NEC, and of course the membership. I say thank you very much. A lot has been said here, but I want to make this statement. Comrade Engineer Osifo, when I came in contact with him, there was something I said. President, please listen to me. There was something I said. I said, sir, you are in the wrong environment. A refined human being, by our character in this part of the world, you are not supposed to be in that environment. Because union is considered to be those who we say are not go agree, are not go agree. But you came with a kind of a concept that our leader have already emphasized here. To say union is not all about, banging the table, and there is a way you can even get something without necessarily banging it. So you remember you told me a story that when you were growing up, your mother will portion out food for you. And you will smuggle that food out of the house so that you and your friends will partake in that meal. You said it. But that spirit is still in you tomorrow. I doubt if there's any human being seated here today that you have not impacted positively, including myself that is standing. This is a man that hates to see tears on your face. He always reads what is coming out from you and be sure that he's going to address it accordingly. Aside that, in TUC, I came to TUC national body about 5-6 years ago, thereabout. We don't have a secretariat called our own, not even a land. Not even a land, a portion of land we don't have as a body. And that was a concern to you and the entire NAC members. But you gave us a promise. And what was that promise? The promise was that before you leave office, TUC is going to own a property. Today, TUC is at the verge of owning a property, which many of us here will also be invited when that edifice will be commissioned very, very soon. This is the kind of leadership that we want. He is not the first, neither the second, the third president of TUC. But you came and transformed it. So in the words of our leader, we will continue to ossifiorize the system for the betterment, not only for the trade union movement, but Nigeria as a whole. Remember, I told you, I said, you are a character that is needed to emancipate the downtrodden. And I can assure you that this is just the beginning. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today is not for speech making. We are only just trying to eulogize a man who is down to earth. A man who never sees whatever level you are, whether you are top or down. A man who associates with everybody. A man who associates with everybody. A man who cleans your tears. A man who reads you and know what to do at every point in time. Comrade Engineers, first also Sifu, I say a big thank you for what you did to me personally and NAC members of TUC. Like I said, there's no one soul in this room that will not testify to the positive impact you have made in their life. On this note, I want to thank once again Pengassan for bringing this kind of program in a consistent manner, and I want to encourage those who are coming after him to continue to keep it alive. Because every time we come here, we begin to learn new things. I will also continue to encourage us to emulate the character of this gentleman. Because that will also lead us to creating a country that all of us will be better off. Solidarity forever. Thank you very much. God bless us all.
Thank you very much, Comrade Jimo Oyibo is the President, Food Beverages and Tobacco Senior Staff Association of Nigeria. Onwards from him, we are going over to the president of the Textile Union and the PRO for TUC. Please welcome Baba Tunde Alamutu. Forever.
Solidarity. I want to thank Almighty Allah that has brought every one of us safely from our respective destination. So many things has been said. Before then, I want to stand on the existing protocol because of our time. So many things have been said about Comrade Engineer Festus Osifo. If we all allowed to be saying one thing or the other about him today, we will not leave this place. But the only thing is that I want to thank God and I want to pray to God Almighty to give Comrade Engineer Osifo long life, because this is a man of wisdom. When I was told about him about 6 years ago, I was thinking something inside me. I have a thought inside me. But by the time we came together, I now realize that it's better for me to know him more than this. This program that we find ourselves here today, we are the people that clothe the world. From the former president of Textile Garment and Tailoring, Comrade Olodun, who happens to be a former vice president of TUC. Comrade Adeyemi Ismail, who happens to be the PRO of TUC, former. Comrade Yakubu Jekeri, including myself and Comrade Ambi Karu. When I told them about Comrade Osifo, this is the man that his name has been written in gold. Our former president of Pengassan has said a lot about him. But the only thing is that as we find ourselves here today, may God Almighty give us a safe back to our respective places. Comrade Osifo has been a capacity builder to every one of us. I never thought where I find myself today, I will be there, if not for Comrade Engineer Osifo. And I want to say, on behalf of my union, that before now, textile industry, we all know the organization is almost dead. It's only by God's grace that our union is surviving. But because of the efforts and the Secretary General of TUC, who has also tried as much as possible to make sure that organizing is very important, we wouldn't have found ourselves on our feet today. I want to say thank you, Mr. President. May God Almighty Allah give you long life in your future endeavor. Thank you and God bless you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. The PRO of TUC and the National President of the Textile Union of Nigeria, Babatunde Alamutu. Thank you. I'm sure that the textile industry is going to be Osiforized very soon. And when it's Osiforized, you start doing better. Growing up, by the way, growing up in Aba, we used to just, my father walked to the railways, walk down. There's a part of the rail quarters where you will stand up a hill and you look down into the textile mills of Aba. It was close to us, and the other side was PZ. Beehive of activities going on there every day. So someday, civilization will touch the textile industry again and to be back alive. Don't worry, we'll get there. Well, please give him another round of applause. Thank you, Babatunde Alamutu. Thank you. Onwards now to our next speaker. This time we're back home to Pengassan. Let's just take two quick goodwill messages from Pengassan members. Again, a lot of you have said quite a number of beautiful things about the leadership led by him in the last 6 years. And some of the things you said, all of the things you said were captured on video. They'll be put together. These things can form what becomes like a learning material for leadership of today and tomorrow. Really, beautiful things were said of some of the impacts you've made, and I'm sure those things are well documented. Now let's come back home to the chairman of the Pengassan for Port Harcourt Refinery. Please welcome Comrade Joyce Moko. Women are great. Train a woman. Ignore the woman. I don't want to.
AIT.
Africana. It is a program that delves into Africa's rich cultural heritage and huge tourism potentials on the continent. Africana brings you works in the creative industry, the visual arts, crafts, and tourism sectors of the Nigerian economy. Will showcase the cultures of various countries in Africa and ethnic nationalities across Nigeria, their food, fashion, dance, and unique diversity. It promises to be an exciting and entertaining experience of Africa's biggest and most beautiful revenue-generating industry, Africana. Now showing on AIT.
Entertainment just got bigger. Welcome to AIT Music Plus.
A beautiful Monday to enjoy.